The title of this short video is Death Experiences. What I want to do is, in this video and the one that follows, is consider two commitments that keep this mystical union, this transcendent union of being in Christ, grounded. The first way that this idea is grounded is through our experience. So if we go back to Paul's encounter of Jesus on the Damascus Road, this reality that is Christ comes upon Paul as a very unique experience. That is, to be in Christ is to be upended by an experience. So being in Christ is not just about belief. And that's so important. It's not just about believing that you're in Christ. Uh, but an experience where we encounter the risen and living Christ. For Paul's theology, this is central. So to be in Christ is to be taken into this realm by our very experience. And whatever this direct experience of Christ looks like, Root argues that it takes the shape of the cross because the very shape, the very reality of the experience of Christ, or excuse me, the very reality of the experience that takes you into Christ, which leads to faith. And by the way, if you're catching on here, faith is much more robust when you understand that having faith is being in Christ. It's not just an intellectual assent. It's not just an intellectual belief. It's something that we participate in, someone we participate in. So this experience takes you into Christ. This leads to faith. This experience that takes you into Christ and leads to faith is this experience of death. Now, what do I mean by that? The cross is a shared experience that produces in some way, produces union between human and the divine. And we experience the cross in our many deaths, our many death experiences, our encounters with rejection, our encounters with loss, um, those moments when we feel our being come into question, those moments when we are objectified, when we are used as a means to someone else's end, when we're made less to feel less than human, those moments when we're alone in darkness. These are death experiences. These are cross moments. And Paul seems to believe that when we confess these experiences, we find the living Christ come near. And so our experience of death, or our suffering experiences, or those moments that somehow are brought into the being of Christ. Our being becomes part of Christ. I'm describing something here that is almost indescribable. But this encounter, this mystical encounter Paul has with the risen Christ becomes the foundation, the theology for his understanding of his very being, for his understanding of transformation, for his understanding of faith, and for his understanding of personhood, which is the second commitment that we'll explore next.